Hello there, my dear students. How's everything? Well, it's been a while since we last saw each other's faces, so Discover has come up with interesting ways of getting the content and material that you need to keep learning and keep working yourself up that FCE. Today's focus is basically on reading, the FCE reading. This is something that we have gone over quite a few times before, uh, but not enough. And it's your job to actually keep active with it and continue practicing and continue reading from your home. Of course, it's not easy to be at home and, on lockdown situation, it can be quite boring sometimes. Some of you just have a amazing time playing video games all the time or watching Netflix series like Elite or whatnot. But the reality is that we need to focus on priorities as well and set time for fun activities, hobbies, if possible, indoor, but also education. Education is vital, guys. As you know, if you want to pass this FCE, education is vital or crucial. So let's begin. This is the first time I'm using this application, so bear with me if I make some mistakes the first time. Okay, so here I am in the corner. As you can see, your teacher is growing a little bit of a mustache. Maybe he's a bit transparent, not really sure. But this is the FCE reading slides. This is useful for all the FCE students, including CAs and mine, and ESAs. If you really want to improve your use of English and reading efficiency and performance, master this. Yes, this slide. But today's focus is solely on reading tips. So bear with me here and let's go step by step. Okay, step by step. All right, so let's start with the order of the FCE use of English and reading. Can you remember it? Do 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 do. Do, 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 do. Thoughts? No? What's the order? I hope you didn't go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, because if you did, that's not cool. How many times have we gone over this? Let's see. Are you ready? The order's on the top, and the time is in the bottom. On the bottom. Okay, order. Yes, the total is 75 minutes and it should be 5, 6, 4, 3, 7, 2, 1. Yes, in other slides, in other situations, we have said that it's 6, 5, 4, 3, 7, 2, 1, but that's okay. We can change the 5 for the 6. If anything, we can always start with 5 since it's the first reading activity that you have, okay? So let's continue moving on. This is the order. And as you can see, below each order is your time. So to sum up to those 75 minutes, you need that 13, 13, 13, part 4, which is use of English keyword transformation. And you have the 8 minutes, 12 minutes, 8, 8 in the other parts of the use of English and reading. Of course, as I said, our focus today is solely on the reading. Moving on. So, question is, teacher, why is this order so important? I've always done tests 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I mean, it just makes sense. Well, yeah, I guess. But then you got to think about the value of the points. If you want to be efficient, if you want to have good time management within those 75 minutes, you got to follow the order, man. It's just the right thing to do. So, of course, you have part 4, 5, and 6 that are worth 2 points each per question. So it's vital to do these first. It's vital to go in that order so you can just make sure that the most challenging ones, the ones that give you the good points that you need to pass this, are done first. Okay? So don't forget that. Again, this slide will be posted in Google Classroom and you will have full access to it. I'm just kind of reviewing things that are going to help you. All right, moving on. Boom, here we go. Can you see me? Let me see if I can move this down a little bit. Okay, moving down this. Here we go. Let's begin with reading part 5. Again, I put a little time here. As you can see, 13 minutes. Yes, in the top right corner. Here are some useful tips that will help you boost your skills. All right. So firstly, we have number the paragraphs. Yes, number those paragraphs. Some students are quite stubborn, like they just want to do things their way. Teacher, I have my own strategy and my strategy works. Yeah. Okay, good with your strategy. But guess what? Discover Academy has had years of experience with this FCE stuff, and I myself, the teacher, have learned from other teachers how to be more efficient in this exam, especially the reading part. So, number the paragraphs. That is your first step. I'm going to show you some examples of this once you're getting familiar with all these tips. Go over the questions, underline keywords, and circle paragraph numbers. Important. You must first read the question, then the paragraph. Finally, read the options to select the best one, the one that makes most sense. If you're not completely sure, then try eliminating at least two of the four options that just don't make sense. And remember, the question tends to focus on feelings or general idea of the paragraph. It's good to infer or deduce options that are not really important. And don't overthink it. Always go with the ones that you think are sure first, have your idea, and then if you have some extra time within those 13 minutes, then cool. You know, make sure you select the best one. Moving on to the next slide. Here's an example of it. So as you can see, we have, I don't know if you can actually see. Sorry, made a boo-boo. All right. As you can see here, you have the use of English part 5. Notice what I did with my exam. I did this, yes. I number my body paragraphs, as you can see on the paper on the left. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And as you can see with the questions, I read my question first. Like, for example, what motivated Dan and his friends to go to the dance studio, for example? I didn't read through A, B, C, D of that option. No, I read through my first body paragraph to see if I can find what motivated Dan and his friends to go to the dance. And what do you know? Eventually, when I found the answer, it says we were pretty sure everyone else in the audience would be doing exactly that, so we were keen to avoid turning up to the concert only to feel totally excluded. Once I looked at my options, I found keen to. Two key words, keen to and keen to in the body paragraph. So I put those two together. I read through it a little bit more carefully, and I found out that despite them being different in like the context, the meaning is the same. They were keen to impress at an event they were attending. So that made B the best answer out of all the other ones. And this is why it's so important in those 13 minutes, take that little time to 1 minute, dedicate 1 minute to highlight those keywords in the questions. And then finally, you look for the answer in the body paragraph. Remember that the questions are always in order, okay? All right, so we're moving on to the next part. Moving on to the next part. All right, let's begin with part 6. Jesus, we're running out of time here, aren't we? Okay, so, wait a second. Oscar, what are you doing? There we go. Good, we're moving there. So, part 6. Read the title to get the general idea. All right, always, I mean, when you read the title, you kind of have an idea like scuba in the Caribbean. Oh, scuba in the Caribbean. Okay, so this is about a tropical place, most likely the Caribbean, and scuba. Scuba what? Scuba diving. It's a hobby. It's a sport that people practice underwater and see fishes and sharks. Yes, that's an idea. It's an example. All right, look at the options and underline. Are we talking about pronouns, singular, plural? What are they referring to? Here, there, what location, where? This, that, these, those. What are they referring to? Connectors. Are they similar or are they adding, contrasting more information? Does it seem like the answer to a question or vice versa? Start reading the text from the first gap and read after the gap. You will often find clues. Yes, many times you find clues within those words. Read everything. There might be clues everywhere or even in the next paragraph. Guys, I can't read everything word for word. That is your responsibility to start reading through this carefully and apply it with the activities that I will upload soon, and you'll be able to practice. Okay, by following all these steps, you'll actually become smarter than Cambridge. You'll know their system like the back of your hand, which is good. You want to be one step ahead of Cambridge, always. All right, let's look at this. Let's give it a look. Boom. Some students might be familiar with this last year because this was from the books last year. But not everyone has those books. So let's review. All right, here we have Reading and Use of English, Part 6. Oh, most importantly, read your instructions. As you can see, you're going to read an article about diamonds in space. What's the article about? Gee, Oscar, I don't know. Diamonds in space? Ah, okay, that's clever. All right, and then words, 6 words have been removed, or 6 sentences have been removed, sorry, from the article. Choose from the one to fill the gaps. Okay, you do not need to, oh yeah, there's one word that you don't need to use. Okay, good. Or one sentence, I'm sorry. So, I mean, if you have A, B, C, D, E, G, then most likely B might be an extra that you don't need to fill, because if you have 7 letters, you only need to select from those 7, 6. Okay, as you can see, comparing what the paper has on the right and the paper has on the left. As you can see, what I did was to read carefully my number 37 paragraph. And when I read it, I actually realized that I needed a little more information to know that the answer was G all along. I needed to actually know that, what did I put there? At no point was the space mentioned. Okay, so at something, if we look at G here, but out in space, this experience might be much less unpleasant, because what would be filling might well be precious stones. So if, as I kept reading the next body paragraph, research by scientists indicates that exactly what could be happening around planets like Jupiter and Saturn. So in the first body paragraph, planets were not mentioned. So obviously planets are in space, but the one that makes more sense, according to my reading and my instructions, were definitely G for that 37 gap. You got to make, like, pay close attention if you have like connectors, contrast ideas. Maybe you'll have a little more information in the next body paragraph. That's very important, guys. Very important. Don't forget that. So please take a look at that carefully and let me know if anything, okay? Moving on to part 7. Okay, part 7. Again, if you are in a position where time is running out and this needs to be one of your last activities, okay, leave it for one of the last activities, since there are a total of 10, and most likely you could select A, B, C, or D. But try not to get to that level. If you use your time wisely, then you shouldn't be in a position where you need to start doing meeny, meeny, miny, mo. You shouldn't. You shouldn't. It's just, you shouldn't. Okay, so the first thing you should do here is read the 10 answer sentences and underline keywords. Read the first paragraph, A, and then decide which option fits best. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4 body paragraphs, A, B, C, D. Read A first completely and start seeing which sentences are connected with that. Continue through the complete text until the end. Once you're sure, put the letter you are now absolutely sure about in the actual box. Careful, pay attention to the order of the letters. Just because A is here does not mean that B is here. B is under A. Moving on. Running out of time. I think this is maximum 15 minutes, so let's be efficient with it. All right, so reading and use of English part 7. Yes, we read the instruction, an article about young people taking part in swimming races in open water. Okay, so this is about swimming races in open water. Open water, we're talking about lakes, maybe the ocean, maybe rivers, open water. It's not indoor activities like a swimming pool, for example. Okay, and what I did, as you could see, is I read my letter A about Angela carefully, and I found that 47, as you can see, I also highlighted, because I think it's essential, guys. I'm going to mention something here. If you have one of these bad boys, use it. It really helps. It helps like see what I'm doing, what I'm focused on, and it gives me like a contrast vision when I open the paper, the exam book wide completely. Okay, so as you can see, I underline my answers, what I thought were my answers. I put the number right next to it. I know that I have 12 minutes time to do this. I use my time management. I have a watch. I keep my time going, and it's okay to mark in the paper. What you shouldn't scratch and mark is the answer sheet where you have little squares. You want to be just putting A, B, or C, or D. Oh, time's running out. Guys, I'm going to upload a lot of activities for you to practice on reading, and I hope this video was useful. And remember, it's your job to keep practicing.